Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, we'll have more details into that fatal Palermo house explosion, what neighbors and investigators have to say.
Plus, former gubernatorial candidate Elliot Cutler was back in court yesterday after a motion was filed to revoke his probation.
And this is the time of year when folks want to explore the great outdoors. We'll have tips on how to be safe doing those activities during the long, cold winter.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday morning. We'll have those stories and more coming up, but first we're going to check out that forecast. Looks like things are going to continue to warm up a little bit over the next couple of days.
It does seem like
Some
that.
stormy weather coming too.
Absolutely. We'll turn things over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Stone Artisans. For fast, beautiful countertops, trust Stone Artisans, your main stone supplier, 249-3040. Alrighty, here we go. Some advisories posted. We have a gale warning that's up until Thursday at around 12 a.m. We also have a high wind watch that is up until Friday at around 7 p.m. We're concerned eventually about strong winds up to 60 miles per hour at times that may knock trees down, and also some power outages may occur as well as we watch a strong area of low pressure. Gusty winds in the short term may also reach up to 25 to 35 miles per hour as well. Here's some gusty winds later on this evening too, but as we head towards tomorrow, the winds will begin to back off at least for a little while. Here's the radar and satellite. We do have some clouds that are passing through, a little bit of energy in a few spots too. Some snow showers not out of the question today as we watch some of this energy passing through, but nothing too ridiculous that we need to worry about. So moving forward today, here's what we're looking at: a mixture of clouds and sunshine with temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll see you a little later on. Well, one person is dead and another is critically injured after a home exploded in Waldo County. As our Alex Schley tells us, investigators say the cause of that explosion remains under investigation.
Need to respond to 111 Lehman Arm in Palermo. Again, 111 Lehman Arm in Palermo. Caller heard an explosion from next door, saw the building fully inflamed.
Just before midnight Monday night, residents in this Palmero neighborhood say the home here at 98 Lehman Arm Road exploded, sending shockwaves throughout the community.
I was asleep and I heard something, a crash, and I could smell smoke. And then my daughter-in-law called and said, Gary's house has exploded. And I could look out my bedroom window and see it. It was flames up over the barn, and it was crazy.
According to public records, the property is owned by Gary Crane.
When we arrived on scene, the building completely destroyed with a heavy fire load in the basement. We went to start getting to work, and one of the victims walked out from behind the building. We transported him immediately to Main Gen.
Officials say the injured individual informed first responders that someone else was inside the home at the time.
The victim at that point in time that we located inside or in the area of the structure had been deceased.
Neighbors say inside the home there were dozens of rounds of ammunition and a surplus of fireworks.
Be advised, all units, the residence is full of ammunition and there are bullets flying everywhere.
Local fire officials remained on scene through 7 o'clock Tuesday morning before the investigation was turned over to Maine State fire officials. According to the fire marshal's office, while the cause of the fire remains under investigation, officials believe an explosion inside the home led to the fire. In Palermo, Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A 5-year-old boy has died after being hit by a school bus in Standish. The Bonnie Eagle school bus struck and killed Simon Gonzalez around 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning. The investigation is ongoing, and it's not clear right now exactly how that accident unfolded. Students at Edna Libby School were dismissed early. Counselors are on site to support students and staff. MSAD 6 Superintendent of Schools, Clay Gleason, released a statement that said, quote, "I've been in communication with the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office, and a full investigation will be forthcoming to determine how this tragic accident took place. In this difficult time, please keep those directly impacted in your thoughts, and first and foremost, the family of the student, as well as the students and staff of Edna Libby," end quote. We'll bring you any new details as those become available.
Well, in other news, Elliot Cutler was back in court yesterday. The former gubernatorial candidate and convicted sex offender made his initial appearance in Hancock County Court after a motion was filed to revoke his probation. Our Grace Blanchard has more.
Now, how do you plead to this motion? You admit or deny? Deny when he entered.
In a court hearing Tuesday morning, Elliot Cutler pleaded not guilty to accusations that he recently violated the conditions of his probation. In May of 2023, he was convicted on 4 counts of possession of sexually explicit material of a minor under 12.
I am embarrassed, ashamed, and deeply, deeply sorry.
He was released after less than a year in prison. Now, according to a motion filed by his probation officer, the 79-year-old allegedly committed violations this fall by accessing sexually explicit content online and possessing unmonitored devices. In light of the new allegations, Judge Terrence Harrigan imposed a $1,000 bail. As part of his ongoing probation, Cutler must surrender his passport, report a complete inventory of all electronic devices, and is subject to a random search of his properties. He also must attend counseling for sexual offenders. The district attorney and Cutler's attorney declined to comment. Cutler is expected back in court on January 26. In Ellsworth, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Bangor police are investigating an alleged stabbing. They were called to the Shaw's supermarket on Main Street around 3:37 on Tuesday afternoon. Police say they determined the stabbing didn't actually happen at Shaw's. They haven't released details of what they think happened, but say the Criminal Investigation Division is continuing to investigate the incident where it took place. Police say there is no threat to the public and no further information is being released during this time.
Authorities say they're still unsure what caused a devastating fire in Greenville this week. The local Masonic Hall on Pritham Avenue caught fire early Monday morning. According to the Department of Public Safety, fire marshals determined it started in the basement kitchen, but due to the extent of damage, a specific source of ignition could not be identified. They say based on the available information, there's no evidence to indicate the fire was the result of an intentional act. They'll continue to investigate.
It's that time of year when people take to the ice to enjoy the great outdoors. Whether you're snowmobiling or fishing, it's important to know how to stay safe. Our Alexa Kennedy with more.
Maine has entered the early ice season where lakes begin to freeze over, but looks can be deceiving.
People are itching to get out. The lakes just freeze over, so they want to get out there. But this is one of the most crucial times to check it and check it often.
Curtis says the most common mistake people make is assuming that the ice is safe. He says that you can't tell for sure without using an ice chisel or auger.
There's a track right here, but don't rely on that, especially early or late season. Check it for yourself, check it often, and make sure it's safe.
He advises that people avoid open water and dark ice patches and pack emergency kits with ice picks. Folks should also inform someone of their activities before venturing on the ice alone. One local we spoke with says he makes sure to stay vigilant.
I usually will bring my auger out with me, drill a few holes as I go just to make sure that I'm not going out into some real sketchy ice. And there's plenty of Facebook groups that have ice thickness reports from all over the state.
Curtis says to remember that in the early ice season, what may be an ice-covered lake today might not be the next day. In Orono, Alexa Kennedy, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, the Maine Public Utilities Commission has approved a major expansion and redesign of its statewide low-income assistance program. That's good news for people who are struggling to pay their electric bills. A statement from the PUC says it will expand eligibility, increase funding, and transition the program to a more stable and predictable bill discount for participating Central Maine Power and Versant customers. PUC Commission Chair Philip Bartlett said, quote, the $33 million in funding level approved today is larger than originally proposed to reflect increased electricity rates and the real affordability challenges facing Maine households. It represents nearly a 50% increase over the current funding level. Enrollment will be hard to predict as we move to automatic enrollment for customers who meet DHHS income eligibility requirements, and the Commission will reevaluate funding levels in future years.
The time now is 6:10. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, it's not your typical shopping spree. Kids got to fulfill their holiday wish list thanks to Bangor Police.
We'll take you along for that, but first, another check of your weather forecast. Today will be a mostly cloudy day with a chance of snow showers. Highs will be around 38 degrees. Snow showers tonight. Lows will be dropping down to the upper teens. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and breezy with highs near 43. We'll be right back.
Come in and visit AMHG Works, Bangor's #1 gift shop, located at 36 Springer Drive and the Rennie's Plaza. We have special gifts for you, your furry companion, and that special someone you are in need of a gift for. It's worth a trip in for unique American-made gifts. Here at AMHG Works, everything is American-made, and we are open 7 days a week for your convenience. American-made home goods. We look forward to seeing you.
No matter what happens in D.C.,
there's one thing we can count on.
Susan Collins always delivers for Maine.
Susan's Law restored Social Security benefits for thousands of Mainers like me.
Collins is protecting our lobster industry
by fighting unfair regulations.
Susan always has our back. And Collins Law expands care to help Mainers fight Alzheimer's.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Susan.
I appreciate everything she is doing.
Call. Thanks Senator Collins for fighting and winning for Maine.
Starting May 1st, the Bureau of Motor Vehicles will begin issuing the new Pine Tree license plate. If you have a chickadee plate, it will be replaced when you renew after May 1st at no additional charge. If you have a chickadee plate number you want to keep, you can reserve it today online by searching Reserve My Plate and paying a one-time $25 fee. With your help, we can provide prompt and quality service to all Mainers. Brought to you by this station, the Maine Association of Broadcasters, and the Secretary of State.
Nine kids in the Bangor area had their Christmas wishes granted over the holiday season, all thanks to the hard work of Bangor police officers and C&L Aviation Group. Our Callie Warren has more on this year's Shop with a Cop.
It's not your typical holiday shopping spree.
This first, then my Awala, then a book with a sweatshirt, and then makeup right there.
On Tuesday evening, local kids were able to check off their Christmas lists thanks to Bangor Police and C&L Aviation.
We're thankful, for all the partners that we're working with this year to, come through and make it possible.
And the families turn up here and they are able to go with a police officer and one of the employees from C&L, and they are able to go and choose some gifts for themselves and also for their families if they decide to do that.
What are you maybe most excited about of getting for Christmas?
Nerf guns.
I'm very excited for my new blanket, my stuffed animals, and my makeup, and definitely my family.
Those gifts are paid for by C&L, and then they're taken back to the police station to be wrapped and delivered to families in time for Christmas. Not in a sleigh or with reindeer, but in a police car with caring local officers and community members.
I think it's just great to facilitate the ability for some of these kids to interact with our police officers and for it to be a very positive interaction.
In Bangor, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The University of Maine at Presque Isle has received the largest single donation in the institution's history. The $2.1 million gift is from the estate of Donald and Linda Zillman, UMPE's 10th president and first lady. The Zillmans were longtime benefactors, and including this last gift, they have given more than $3 million to the University of Maine at Presque Isle in the last 15 years. Leadership is considering how to use the donation, including scholarships, art-related activities, and building improvements. Plans are in the works to create a memorial for the Zillmans on the campus grounds.
Very nice. Well, many kids are wishing for that hard-to-find toy or even electronics under the Christmas tree this year. However, there are others, like the Prospect Volunteer Fire Department, that are hoping Santa brings them something special, too. Our Jody Hersey explains.
It's the season of giving, and this holiday, instead of asking Santa for a shiny red fire truck or new hoses, the Prospect Volunteer Fire Department is hoping Santa will find room in his bag for an automated external defibrillator, or AED.
An AED, not so much for the fire department, but for the town to have in the community center. This is where select board meetings are held.
Fire Chief David Terry says having an AED inside the community center, the town's own gathering headquarters, could truly be a lifesaver.
And a bystander can use that AED and maybe save a life before the fire department or before an ambulance can get there.
An AED costs around $2,000. The fire department already has one on its fire truck, so the town receiving one of its own would truly be a Christmas miracle.
I would love to see something like that happen, but funds are scarce and getting scarcer, I guess.
Linda Gamble is the president of the Prospect Community Center, where public suppers and holiday gatherings are held. She's also a former member of the Volunteer Fire Department and knows firsthand what a difference an AED would make.
We had trainings on using it, so I know how it operates. It's just that having one, you need one. You can do all the compressions you want and everything, but yes, having something like that would be a help for, especially in older town.
Those who would like to contribute before Christmas can make a check out to the Prospect Fire Department and write AED on the memo line. In Prospect, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
We'll have to talk to Santa Claus later on when he's in here.
Yes,
maybe put a bug in his ear.
Yeah, maybe he can do something about that. Well, the time now is 6:16. After the break, we'll have the latest on the continuing battle over health care. Many concerned costs will skyrocket.
Plus, the Trump administration is ramping up tensions with Venezuela. Those stories and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Tonight.
Police department, about your hands up!
She was their beautiful 24-year-old mom.
It was the most brutal scene I'd ever been to.
Oh my God!
It's kind of murder 101.
2020, all new on a special night tonight on ABC.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out half-off deals from foxbangor.com.
Located on Wilson Street in Brewer, Yoshi Japanese Restaurant, where you'll find only the best sushi, Asian favorites, and specialty crafted cocktails that will satisfy anyone. Try tatami seating for an immersive experience. Yoshi Japanese Restaurant, bringing delicious traditions to you.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with half-off deals from foxbangor.com.
This holiday you can fly BGR to the Motor City or the Windy City or maybe Philly, Charlotte, North Carolina, New York and Jersey, Atlanta, Georgia, plus Punta Gorda, Tampa, St. Pete, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Washington, D.C., all departing from BGR. Happy holiday travel from Bangor International Airport.
Letters flip, the wheel spins round, fortunes rise with every sound. Wheel of Fortune, thrills begin, weeknights at 7, come and win. On ABC 7, let's make it a date. Wheel of Fortune, don't be late. I'm Sue from Garland, and I'm a wheel watcher.
Now to the latest on the battle over health care. Today, President Trump is expected to address the nation. It comes as concerns grow over rising prices and the growing cost of health insurance premiums.
ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with the details.
This morning, growing concern about health care costs expected to skyrocket for millions of Americans. House Speaker Mike Johnson blocking a vote to extend Obamacare subsidies, which expire at the end of the year. This means the average person receiving Obamacare tax credits should now expect to see their annual premiums rise by an average of 114%, according to the nonpartisan Kaiser Family Foundation. Democrats and Republicans not seeing eye to eye on a solution.
From the very beginning, Republicans have made their intentions clear. They don't want to see the Affordable Care Act tax credits extended because they don't support providing affordable health care to everyday Americans.
I do think there is a potential pathway in January if Democrats are willing to come to the table, things that actually will drive down the cost of health care.
Debates over extending Obamacare health insurance subsidies were the main driver behind the recent government shutdown. Now, House Republicans who say Obamacare is inefficient and plagued by fraud are pursuing their own plan aimed at expanding coverage options for small businesses and the self-employed.
We have a long list of things that we know will reduce premiums, increase access and quality of care.
But critics say the House plan will throw more people off insurance and has no chance of passing the Senate.
The political tug-of-war over rising health care costs comes as President Trump plans to address the economy, immigration, and other issues in a speech to the nation later tonight. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Be interesting to hear what the president has to say tonight.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Stone Artisans. For fast, beautiful countertops, trust Stone Artisans, your main stone supplier, 249-3040. Alrighty, here we go. We have a gale warning that is posted until Thursday at around midnight. Watching for active surf that's going to be occurring. We also have a high wind watch up until Friday at around 7 p.m. Gusty winds up to around 60 miles per hour. You can practically call it damaging winds by that point. That will be expected with a strong area of low pressure that will be approaching by that time frame. But in the short term, we will have gusty winds up to around 25 to 35 miles per hour today, and even some gusty winds later on tonight and the parts of tomorrow. But good news is throughout tomorrow, the winds will begin to gradually back off. But by Thursday afternoon, again, some gusty winds in a few areas. But already the wave heights are active at around 6 to even 8 feet in a few areas. But notice again, farther out towards sea, pretty similar. So at least it's nothing too ridiculous compared to what we saw yesterday at about this time. But again, we have some energy passing through this morning. We do have clouds tracking in from the west and going toward the east, sending a little bit of snow in our direction too. We'll have a few snow showers developing today. We'll have some early this evening too before everything begins to taper off, and we'll be under a mostly clear sky. But we do have a stronger system that will be on the way soon. So without further ado, Futurecast showing a mixture of clouds and sunshine today. There is that opportunity for snow again, more so later this afternoon. But again, later on this evening, everything begins to clear out of here. And then the main focus again will mainly be later on this week. So Thursday looking like a nice day again, sunshine, a few clouds possible. But again, I want to fast forward mainly as we head towards your Friday, a strong system, stacked pressure gradient, and a lot of rain expected with that too, with a quick transition to snow as temperatures crash very quickly too. So we'll have to watch that system Friday and the early Saturday morning. That is why we have high wind watches already in effect. Upper 30s today, mostly cloudy, some snow showers possible, mainly in the afternoon. Southwest wind up to around 25 miles per hour. Overnight, we have upper teens, snow showers early, and then mostly clear. West wind at around 20 miles per hour. For tomorrow, low 40s, partly cloudy and breezy. Southwest wind up to around 20 miles per hour, primarily in the afternoon. Let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Stone Artisans. Friday, rain likely with highs in the low 50s, and then upper 20s Saturday under a partly cloudy sky. First day of winter on Sunday, rain and snow chances, highs in the low 40s.
Enjoy better lighting, added security, and reduced energy cost with high-performance windows and doors from Hammond Lumber Company. Hammond's showrooms feature the latest design and innovation trends from leading manufacturers. Your Hammond sales rep will assist you with your selections and cost estimate, and in-home measurement service is available if needed. And Hammond delivers from 34 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Get your window and door project started off right when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Hey, what the?
Wishing everyone a Merry Christmas from McCusick Petroleum. May you have joy, warmth, and peace this holiday season. Happy holidays and season's greetings to all our friends and customers from Carpet One in Bangor. Merry Christmas from all the staff at Bears One Stop. Thank you for a great year.
My sister had multiple falls and broke her leg in the nursing home. She was out of her room and unsupervised. How did that happen?
If a serious injury has happened at a nursing home that's brought up cause for concern, call the 2s right now.
Our attorney at Lowry Law helped me get answers. He made sure the nursing home paid for what happened to my sister.
If you suspect nursing home abuse or neglect, we're your go-to lawyers.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays from ABC7.
Now to that bombshell interview from President Trump's Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles. She's giving us a rare behind-the-scenes look at the Trump White House, discussing everything from the Epstein files to the attacks on boats near Venezuela. In the meantime, President Trump is ramping up pressure on the regime of the Venezuelan president, with a major announcement coming tonight. ABC's Lionel Moyes has more.
This morning, President Trump appearing to escalate tensions with Venezuela, announcing on social media a total and complete blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers going into and out of Venezuela. The move, which experts say is actually a legal quarantine and could cripple Venezuela's economy in a matter of weeks, comes days after the Coast Guard seized this tanker, which U.S. officials say was transporting sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran to help fund foreign terror groups. President Nicolas Maduro last night urged peace but vowed to defend his country.
No blood for oil. No war for oil.
His government calling Trump's statement a reckless and serious threat. Until recently, U.S. forces have only targeted alleged drug smuggling boats in the region. White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles telling Vanity Fair Trump wants to keep on blowing boats up until Maduro cries uncle. That rare interview from Trump's closest aide is providing new insight on a wide range of issues. She describes Trump as having an alcoholic's personality, noting that Trump, who does not drink, operates with a view that there's nothing he can't do, nothing, zero, nothing. Wiles also saying Vice President J.D. Vance has been a conspiracy theorist for a decade. And Wiles adding Attorney General Pam Bondi completely whiffed her handling of the Epstein files. Wiles does acknowledge the president himself is in the Epstein files, but not doing anything awful, saying the two men were sort of young single playboys together. In response to the article, Wiles calls it a disingenuously framed hit piece on me and the finest president, White House staff, and cabinet in history. As for the escalation in Venezuela, Trump is only targeting sanctioned tankers linked to alleged terrorist activity, not all oil tankers, which would be seen as a declaration of war. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
Hundreds of mourners gathered in a Bondi synagogue for the funeral of Rabbi Eli Schlanger. The funeral was held just blocks away from where he was gunned down at a Hanukkah festival just 3 days ago. Schlanger was killed at an organized event where he was the assistant rabbi. 15 people were killed in the mass shooting, allegedly carried out by a father and son carrying rifles. Schlanger, who was 41, had recently become a father for the 5th time and had lived in Sydney for the past 18 years. The crowd of mourners spilled outside of the synagogue. Dozens who could not get a seat gathered at the front of the venue to pay their respects.
Well, meanwhile, the campus of Brown University in Rhode Island on edge this morning. Police now saying they're combing through hundreds of tips, searching for a killer. Here's ABC's Hannah Battah.
Last night, hundreds gathering for a vigil at Brown University for the 2 students killed and 9 injured in Saturday's mass shooting.
We are heartbroken in the face of so much grief.
I keep thinking it could have been me. I think every single person, both at Brown but also in the wider community, they're thinking, if things had been slightly different, it could have been me.
Police, who have yet to make an arrest, have released these new images of a person of interest they say may have been near the scene of the shooting earlier that day.
We believe
that he was actually casing out this area to commit the crime.
About 2 hours before the attack, enhanced surveillance video shows the man walking past this home, then minutes later running down the street and around a corner. At 2:53 p.m., crossing the street with a distinctive walk. Then the shooting just after 4 p.m.
In front of the Sciences Library on the Manning Walk for a male shot in the back.
At 4:06 p.m., the man is spotted again not far from the site of the attack. In some clips, he has a small bag. He's described as 5'8" with a stocky build. As for the victims, 7 of the 9 survivors remained in the hospital last night, 1 in critical condition.
This has been very challenging for Providence, not just because of the incident on Saturday, which is very painful, but also the ongoing anxiety around what's unknown.
A $50,000 reward is offered in this case. Police say they've already received more than 200 tips during their investigation. Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Coming up on the second half of the newscast, Santa.
That's coming up
That's
later
coming
on.
up later in the 8.
Did you hear this, though? Publishers Clearinghouse went to, I think it's Verona,
yes,
and gave this guy a big old check, as you see there.
$10,000.
We'll be hearing all about it coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Oh no! Son of a nutcracker. This is what I get for eating all those cookies. Hey, Roto-Rooter, I got a big clog for you. I'm stuck in the chimney. Again. Yep, I'm the clog. Any chance you could fa la la over here?
For all your holiday plumbing needs, Roto-Rooter can save the day.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Commercial vehicles can be dangerous, and they usually carry big insurance policies. So whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or a big rig like this, we know commercial vehicle accidents, and we know how to get you the big money you may deserve. If any commercial vehicle hurts you, call the twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the twos. We win for you. Call 222-2222.
Hi, I'm Tony Hafford from TC Hafford Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Basement waterproofing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Since 1991, over 15,000 Maine homeowners have trusted TC Hafford Basement Systems to fix their basements. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basement-y.
Looking for the perfect gift? Come explore the Purple Baboon. Sweatshirts, t-shirts, jewelry, inspiring local books, one-of-a-kind treasures and souvenirs, they have something for everyone. The Purple Baboon, the best selection at great prices. 31 Fred Street, Belfast.
Hosted by Leah Remini.
4 of them make $1.
Quarters.
What is, swing? Did you just say what is?
Yes.
You just realized you're not on Jeopardy. Okay.
People Puzzler
on ABC 7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Wednesday, December 17th, 2025. Only 8 days to go until Christmas. It is also National Device Appreciation Day. I hadn't heard of this one before.
Me either. This is a day to appreciate the devices that help us lead our lives and protect those who are important to you. From our cell phones to wireless security cameras around our homes, we're truly living in an electronic age. This holiday was actually created by an insurance company that hopes people will also protect all of the devices that help us in our daily lives.
That's good advice. I don't have insurance on my phone. I think it costs like
you don't?
$900 too, or something like that.
It's probably hefty, yeah.
Yeah, I should probably think about that.
Yeah.
No, it'll be fine.
It'll be all right.
All right, time for history. It was on this day in history back in 1903. The Wright brothers conducted the first successful powered airplane flights near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. They used an experimental aircraft called the Wright Flyer. You can check it out for yourself. It's at the Smithsonian.
Oh,
yeah, really
very
neat
cool.
in Washington. In 1892, the first edition of Vogue magazine was published. In 1933, during the inaugural NFL championship football game, which was the precursor to the Super Bowl, I guess, the Chicago Bears defeated the New York Giants 23-21 at Wrigley Field. And in 1944, the U.S. Army rescinded orders to incarcerate people of Japanese ancestry during World War II. More than 110 people had been forced into camps. I think it's 1,000 had been forced into camps and held by guards during the war. About 2/3 of them were American citizens.
And in 1963, one of the first major pieces of environmental legislation was signed into law by President Lyndon B. Johnson. The Clean Air Act empowers federal and state agencies to regulate air pollution and marked a major expansion in the government's efforts to fight back against damage being done to the climate. And in 1975, Lynette Squeaky Fromm was sentenced to life in prison for the attempted assassination of President Gerald Ford. We've had her on here before.
I think so.
Yeah. And in 1989, the animated television show The Simpsons made its debut. And in 2014, the U.S. and Cuba restored diplomatic relations after decades of mutual animosity.
A lot of things happened on this date. Today's birthdays include actress Sarah Paulson, who is 51 today. Actor Bill Pullman is 72. Remember him from Independence Day. He played the president. And actor Eugene Levy turns 79 years old today. A real funny guy. We would like to wish you a happy birthday if your birthday is today also.
And we will turn things over to meteorologists.
Oh, wait. Including your mom. I almost forgot.
Yes,
we got to wish your mom a happy birthday.
We should have put my mom on there.
Yeah, what's your mom's name?
Linda.
Linda, happy birthday, Linda. We hope you have a good day.
Happy birthday, Mom.
And happy belated to you, too.
Yeah,
I was off last week, and you had a
Yes.
birthday as well.
I did, a week ago.
Okay,
so
I'm glad we got that covered
We got
now.
it covered.
So.
We'll turn things over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Stone Artisans. For fast, beautiful countertops, trust Stone Artisans, your main stone supplier. 249-3040. Alrighty, here we go. Some advisories posted. We have a gale warning that's up until Thursday at around 12 a.m. We also have a high wind watch that is up until Friday at around 7 p.m. We're concerned eventually about strong winds up to 60 miles per hour at times that may knock trees down, and also some power outages may occur as well as we watch a strong area of low pressure. Gusty winds in the short term may also reach up to 25 to 35 miles per hour as well. Here's some gusty winds later on this evening too. But as we head towards tomorrow, the winds will begin to back off, at least for a little while. Here's the radar and satellite. We do have some clouds that are passing through, a little bit of energy in a few spots too. Some snow showers not out of the question today as we watch some of this energy passing through, but nothing too ridiculous that we need to worry about. So moving forward today, here's what we're looking at: a mixture of clouds and sunshine with temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. Students at Husson University got the chance to showcase their artistic talents yesterday. At the end of each semester, the university holds an art walk for students, staff, and the public. A wide array of student work spanning different media is showcased in venues across the campus. One of those venues was the university's Peabody Makerspace, a new creative hub for students.
Most of the art showcased today and as part of the art walk is created by students who are not majors, and so this is a way for them to look through all of the things that they've created over the semester and find something that they're really proud of.
It's cool seeing people from different classes more than just the class that I'm in, because I love looking at all the different art, and it's actually very inspirational for different pieces that I might want to make in the future.
The event featured work from over 150 students. All Husson students take one fine arts class during their course of study.
Very neat.
Very cool. Yeah. Still to come here this morning, Jack Webb with sports.
Don't go away.
'Twas the week before Christmas. Seems the big national stores had quit. Their shelves kind of empty, as if to say, sorry, that's it. But Rennie's keeps pushing and filling their shelves with candy, food, toys, clothing, and everything else. Don't make the big box mistake or keep shopping online. Be safe and satisfied in this, the final stretch. It's Rennie's time.
At At China Wok on Broadway in Bangor, we're serving up your Chinese favorites. Our food is delicious, our staff is friendly, and our service is fast. Open Tuesday through Sunday, call ahead, order online, or just stop by. Enjoy our indoor dining for the full experience, or get takeout that the whole family will enjoy. We'll make sure your cravings are satisfied. China Wok on Broadway in Bangor, where tradition meets flavor.
WVII, ABC7 cares about the children in our area. We offer a variety of programming for children ages 7 to 14. WVII, ABC7 keeps a file about these programs in our public inspection file. You may view these files during regular business hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The public inspection file is located at our studios at 371 Target Industrial Circle, Bangor, Maine 04401.
What would you do if you found out your partner secretly went through your phone?
I'm gonna deny everything.
Family Feud. Weekdays at 9 on ABC7.
Surprise, folks. Cooper Flagg made more history on Monday night, becoming the youngest ever player to score 40-plus points in a game. Who took it to the number 5 overall pick, Ace Bailey, in the Utah Jazz, scoring a career-high 42 points to go along with 7 boards, 6 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks in a 140 to 133 overtime loss in Utah. A few weeks ago, Flagg became the youngest player to ever score 35 points against the Clippers, and I don't think it would surprise any of us if he were to outdo his 42-point effort soon. Here's Flagg after his historic night.
Was that even that yet? Some of the things that we were able to do tonight?
Yeah, obviously, it's tough though. I mean, I want to look at it, wins and losses. Obviously, we didn't win, so it's tough for me to, want to be happy or any of that. But obviously, it's, it's success, and we're going to try and keep getting better from here.
Reporters tried multiple times to get him to talk about his historic performance, but he didn't budge and kept it all about the team. Kelly and Ralph media trained him from a young age. We'll head over to Sawyer Arena, where the newly formed Twin City Titans hockey team prepared for the season ahead. This year, the Bangor and Brewer high school hockey teams joined forces to form the Twin City Titans and will compete in Class A. The team is led by former Bangor head coach Quinn Parody and Brewer head coach Dennis Collins. The two say the merge of the teams has been about as smooth of a transition as they could have asked for.
I think the one good and bad thing that happened, it happened so quick, so late in the fall season that it really didn't give you much time to think about it. It was, let's go right now and get the foot in the accelerator and get going.
Having coached some of those kids during the fall league or the summer league, you do find out that they had played together way before we came along. So the dynamics of them playing with each other was great. So I think that was the players coming together was the easiest part.
Players who came from both sides of the Penobscot agree, saying they had plenty of time to form the chemistry needed during the preseason to be successful during the regular season and beyond.
At first, I was a little skeptical on how it would go, just because it's Bangor and Brewer coming together. But after we started, the merge was really a good thing.
I think some close games early on in preseason built the chemistry, very good chemistry.
I think the chemistry has came together a lot better than what I thought it would. And I think overall we've played well as a team so far.
Always interesting to see two rivals come together. Staying with the high school scene now, big slate on tap Tuesday night. And it started early as the Bangor Christian boys took on Shed. BCS up 13 in the first, but Shed is looking to get back as Isaac Sullivan feeds Jonathan Andrews, who floats it in for 2. Watch this ball moving from BCS now. Straubel to Helms to Booker to Studheit, who lays it in for 2. That is beautiful basketball. Later in the second, Isaiah Lawrence can't get the hook shot to go, but gets his own board and lays it in for 2. Shortly after, Rajon Reed corrals the loose ball and gets it to Jesse Booker, who pumps and drives, lays it in to extend the lead to 15. End of the first half now. Reed does it all himself, gets out on the break, finishing through the contact for the and 1 bucket as Bangor Christian wins 75-37. Staying right there, the BC girls who took on PVHS in a highly anticipated matchup, getting things started in the first. Here's Mary Allen. She and Lindsay DeRost run a little give and go, and Allen fires it from 3 and hits it for the game's first points. A few plays later, it's Mary Allen again. She goes for it, ends up on the ground, but is able to get it off to Rivers Bradford. She quickly dishes it out to Annie Allen, who finds the lane and floats this one into the net for the score. And then it's the Allen sisters again. This time Annie with the steal and pass up the court to Mary, who finishes it on the other end. PVHS, though, is going to send it to halftime, tied at 26 with this three-pointer from Abby Farley. But the Patriots pulled away in the second half. This quick transition play and score from Maris Kowalski would do it, and BCS hands PVHS their first loss since the spring of 2024 with a 50-40 win. To Hampton Academy now for some girls basketball as Messalonsky paid the Broncos a visit. We're going to go to the third quarter. Broncos up big, and they're showing off with the ball movement here as Nia Studley finishes it off with a floater. Hampton looking to do more damage as Zoe Higgins feeds Lily Blanchard, who lets the deep three fly, and it's nothing but net. Now it's Studley again on the break. She's going to finish with the left hand as Hampton continues to roll. Meso now on the inbounds. Ruby Stubert goes to work on the block for 2, and then end of the third. Look at this. The ball moving all around the region tonight. They pass it down the court and work it to Higgins as she beats the buzzer, and Hampton Academy rolls to a 77-31 win. Let's take a look at some scores from around the region now in Class A boys basketball. Lewiston 44, Brewer 36. In Class B boys, Nokomis just edging out Lawrence 60-58 in Class C boys Central with the win over George Stevens. And in Class D, Stearns picking up a big win over PCHS. In Class A girls, Bangor 44, Skowhegan 36. Class B girls, MDI 39, Herman 36. That was a close one in Class B girls as well. Ellsworth 49 against John Bapps 29, and then staying in Class B girls, Old Town picking up a massive 74-37 win over rival Orono. Packed slate, like we told you. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Looking for winter services? There is still time to sign up. The pros at Atlantic Lawn Care and Landscape specialize in snow removal and ice management for commercial and residential properties. They will take care of the snow plowing, snow blowing, shoveling, salting, and sanding. Atlantic now has 2 locations and is accepting new clients in Brewer, Bangor, Vesey, and in town Orono, Brunswick, Topsail, Bath, and surrounding areas. Call for your free estimate or visit our website for customizable services. Local, reliable, and fully insured. Atlantic Lawn Care and Landscape.
Carpets looking tired, stained, or just plain dirty? It's time to call the pros. At CNR Carpet Cleaning, we use deep steam technology to remove dirt, odors, pet hair, and allergens fast. Fresh, clean carpets, healthier home. That's the CNR promise. Visit our Facebook page for a free estimate or call us today, 631-7380. Step into clean with CNR Carpet Cleaning.
This holiday you can fly BGR to the Motor City or the Windy City or maybe Philly, Charlotte, North Carolina, New York and Jersey, Atlanta, Georgia, plus Punta Gorda, Tampa, St. Pete, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Washington, D.C., all departing from BGR. Happy holiday travel from Bangor International Airport.
Welcome back, everyone. While parties can be fun, so many events around the holidays can drain us of our energy.
To help ensure your social battery stays charged, psychology experts like Dr. Christy Cuthbert of Texas A&M University are recommending strategies to help keep you going.
Fox News' Chris Damo takes a closer look.
While the holidays can be magical, a lot of time, money, and energy goes into making the festivities festive. But besides carving out time for all the shopping and decorating, a jam-packed social calendar this time of year can amplify the stress.
Mental fatigue can feel different for each person. Oftentimes people will describe feeling a little bit of brain fog, or they can actually feel tired.
Introvert or extrovert aside, psychology experts say a lot of factors can influence how long a person's social battery can last.
How many people are in the group? How much conversation is there? what types of people are they? Are they close friends? Are they only acquaintances?
If you have a lot of holiday parties on your schedule, feeling worn out could prevent you from being fully present in the moment.
If we are tired, we are not fully engaged in that activity. We are not enjoying it at the same level that we would if we were to take the break.
But while the fear of missing out can pressure people to attend everything they're invited to, mental health experts recommend prioritizing which events are the most important.
Like everyone hanging out and playing cards while you wait for dinner. Sure, that's fun. It doesn't mean you have to engage with every single activity.
Meanwhile, family and work parties could require you to come face to face with people you don't care for. Preparing responses in your brain ahead of time could help keep you from getting drained.
You've gone over the steps that you want to take, the emotional reaction you want to have versus the one that comes up when you're inevitably frustrated.
Chris DeMeo, Fox News.
Get some rest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
Now here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Stone Artisans. For fast, beautiful countertops, trust Stone Artisans, your main stone supplier, 249-3040. Alrighty, here we go. We have a gale warning that is posted until Thursday at around midnight. Watching for active surf that's going to be occurring. We also have a high wind watch up until Friday at around 7 p.m. Gusty winds up to around 60 miles per hour. You can practically call it damaging winds by that point. That will be expected with a strong area of low pressure that will be approaching by that time frame. But in the short term, we will have gusty winds up to around 25 to 35 miles per hour today, and even some gusty winds later on tonight and the parts of tomorrow. But good news is throughout tomorrow, the winds will begin to gradually back off. But by Thursday afternoon, again, some gusty winds in a few areas. But already the wave heights are active at around 6 to even 8 feet in a few areas. But notice again, farther out towards sea, pretty similar. So at least it's nothing too ridiculous compared to what we saw yesterday at about this time. But again, we have some energy passing through this morning. We do have clouds tracking in from the west and going toward the east, sending a little bit of snow in our direction too. We'll have a few snow showers developing today. We'll have some early this evening too before everything begins to taper off, and we'll be under a mostly clear sky. But we do have a stronger system that will be on the way soon. So without further ado, Futurecast showing a mixture of clouds and sunshine today. There is that opportunity for snow again, more so later this afternoon. But again, later on this evening, everything begins to clear out of here. And then the main focus again will mainly be later on this week. So Thursday looking like a nice day again. Sunshine, a few clouds possible. But again, I want to fast forward mainly as we head towards your Friday. A strong system, stacked pressure gradient, and a lot of rain expected with that too, with a quick transition to snow as temperatures crash very quickly too. So we'll have to watch that system Friday and the early Saturday morning. That is why we have high wind watches already in effect. Upper 30s today, mostly cloudy, some snow showers possible, mainly in the afternoon. Southwest wind up to around 25 miles per hour. Overnight, we have upper teens, snow showers early, and then mostly clear. West wind at around 20 miles per hour. For tomorrow, low 40s, partly cloudy and breezy. Southwest wind up to around 20 miles per hour, primarily in the afternoon. Let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by Stone Artisans. Friday, rain likely with highs in the low 50s, and then upper 20s Saturday under a partly cloudy sky. First day of winter on Sunday, rain and snow chances, highs in the low 40s.
I got hit by a semi-truck, and the insurance company is trying to say it's my fault.
I had $20,000 in ER bills, and the insurance company wanted to pay me nothing.
You deserve more. More answers to your questions, more attention to your case, and more money in your pocket.
I called the twos. He got me $223,000, a lot more than the insurance company first offered.
I'm your go-to guy.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
Ashes to Ashes Pet Crematory. Compassionate private care for beloved pets.
Call for a quote at 207-943-6474. Season's greetings from SPS Music, Maine's biggest little music shop, sparking musical dreams with every stick, pick, and string. Top-notch Detailing in Herman is offering 20% off all gift cards until the end of the year. Just mention this ad.
A fourth-generation family-owned business, Hammond Lumber Company is proud of two recent continuing traditions. For the 5th year in a row, Hammond was named one of the best places to work in Maine. And for the 3rd consecutive year, Hammond was selected as one of the best companies to work for by Business New Hampshire magazine. Find your opportunity to join the Hammond team at hammondlumber.com. Hammond Lumber Company, always striving to provide the best for their employees and their customers throughout Maine and New Hampshire.
Huckleberry's Card and Gift has a wide selection of puzzles for the entire family. Local items, including raised mustard and scone mix from the Scone Goddess, jewelry, town signs, coffee mugs, and much more. Located in front of the Breward City Hall.
Tonight, 8/7 Central. It's the biggest holiday party of the year. iHeartRadio Jingle Ball, featuring Ed Sheeran, Nelly, Renee Rapp, Alex Warren, The Kid Laroi, Sean Paul, Leigh, and more. iHeartRadio Jingle Ball, tonight on ABC, next day on Hulu.
Well, you may have seen the commercials on television when Publishers Clearinghouse shows up at someone's doorstep with an oversized check and then tells them that they've won big. Well, yesterday, it happened to an unsuspecting Mainer.
What's going on?
What do you think's going on?
I don't know.
You think you won something, right?
You gotta be kidding me.
Hancock County resident Scott Sepper was just going about his day when the PCH crew and his wife showed up to give him the news that he'd finally won after what he says was 5 or 6 years of playing. The crew first showed up to his home but learned from his wife that he was still at work and couldn't leave, so they found him there and sprang the news on him. Sepper learned he'd won $10,000, and not surprisingly, he was a little shocked. Bud says it's the best Christmas gift ever.
Never in a million years. And that happens to other people. Oh, everything counts. Everything's a help. It doesn't matter how big or how small. Every little bit helps. And I'm sure everybody in the world can say the same thing.
Well, it sounds like the couple has some projects around the house that they'd like to address, including a new barn. Looks like they definitely will be having a very happy holiday. What a
That's awesome.
Great time of year to get a gift like that,
I
too.
know. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, good for them.
Well, that is all the time that we have left for this hour, but you can join us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine.
Thanks for being there, and happy birthday, Linda.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Have a great day, everyone.